St Stephen's Primary is in the heart of Bradford, an area with a rich industrial heritage and an area with high levels of air pollution.
What the monitor does, it measures how much air pollution is in the air. Air pollution comes from cars and when fossil fuels are burnt.
Right. Haider Khan from Year 6 is taking part in an experiment to measure how many particles he's exposed to on his daily commute. So this is collecting all the data?
Yes.
The school is on a busy main road and surrounded by factories.
They're over there. The smoke just coming out of those chimneys and then puffing out the grey and horrible smoke. And sometimes I feel a little bit scared about it because if that amount of pollution is getting in my lungs, that could be really damaging.
And it's the damage to their lungs that worries the head teacher here. The school is one of 12 taking part in the study, led by the research group Born in Bradford.
Nitrogen oxide and CO2 levels are very high.
Monitors installed in the classrooms show a recent rise in pollution levels, inadvertently caused, believes Paul Urry, by government guidelines on COVID. So the government guidelines are all about ventilation?
Yeah, so throughout the day we keep the windows open, and our intention is to do that throughout the whole of winter as well, to improve the ventilation throughout school. The challenge that we face is that we know air quality outside is not as good.
So you open the window to let COVID out, but then you're letting all the air pollution in?
Yes, it's trying to find the right balance, really.
Poor air quality has also been linked to health inequalities. Of the schools affected by air pollution, a massive 85% have pupils from poorer neighbourhoods. And it's these children who face a whole host of health risks that could potentially impact the rest of their lives, because air pollution can stunt the growth of children's lungs. The school playground is surrounded by major roads leading in and out of Bradford, the lines of terraced houses by the huge industrial furnaces. As in many cities, the poor air quality is costing the NHS millions of pounds a year. And it's the children who live here who are most vulnerable.
At the developmental stage, the kids that are coming out of primary school, that's when they're most susceptible, most vulnerable to the effects of air pollution. Studies around here have shown that a third of the kids in the primary schools with asthma, a third of it is due to air pollution.
A third?
Yeah.
Dr. Jim McQuaid and his team will analyse the data that the school collects. Next year, Bradford and several other councils will introduce clean air zones to try to reduce emissions. But will the government-funded zones impact health inequalities?
With poverty, we're finding that in the deprived neighbourhoods, there's higher levels of pollution. They tend to be, you think about geographically where they are on cities, across the nation. More affluent areas, they're the ones getting electric vehicles. You can see there's a sort of spiral associated with it.
Whose parents or grandparents have a car? And how many of those cars are electric?
No.
Oh.
St Stephen's is training its students to become citizen scientists, and they're already seeing benefits, with some children trying to choose different routes home to avoid the most congested areas.
Whenever I'm walking past a factory and I've got asthma, I likely decide to cover my face because I know that if I breathe it in, then I have asthma and I don't like it.
I've learned that pollution doesn't always come from cars, it can always come from trains and factories as well.
I feel kind of depressed and I feel really upset because it means that people can get sick and really poorly.
The study will last for 2 years. Darshna Soni, Channel 4 News, Bradford.